You know, it's kind of crazy that gooning can actually be a deep, 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 deep problem in, your life. Because there has to be like a reason why you have to also limit your, goonage and goon, capacity. Because I remember the time where I was like in like a public area, a nigga gave me his phone. Me and my other friend were just chilling. Bro, the guy who gave us his phone didn't, lock his phone, or he did, yeah, he didn't lock his phone, and he left his phone open on gallery. So what we did was just look at his phone, and after looking at the phone, we just saw a whole, let me just say, a whole album of just softcore X videos, which was to the point where I was like, what the hell is this nigga doing at night? Because bro has like, I I still have like a memory. I think it was above like 20 videos on his phone where I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like that was the first time I actually seen somebody, download and actually save, vids for, the goons. And I was like, what the hell is up with, people with that behavior? Like, I was just surprised. It's like, what the hell, dog? And then a couple of years later, I remember, it being like a special party, like a birthday party for a family relative, and I had to go to the restroom. Then, whilst going to the bathroom, I see a nigga going through his pants, jacking it off, and bro was like going crazy on that shit. I was just going to the bathroom to take a piss, and then I just saw a whole nigga, pleasuring himself at the corner. Where I was like, what the? Like my mind literally exploded, trying to fathom why the hell would you do that in a public restroom where people in a party, people are passing by. It's like taking a dump in like a public restrooms. You know what? It's like the same equal because if you know, poop or take a dump in like a public restroom, you have no uh respect for public decency, man. You need to get your ass beat. I'm sorry. That literally has to be like a crime or something like that. Because if you have no dignity to take a dump at your own house, why would you ever take a dump in public restrooms? Disgusting. But neither here or there. But I was like, what the hell? Again, because I was realizing that okay, I think that gooning isn't just a generational problem. I think it's just a problem in general because people overconsume, videos that they shouldn't be watching. Because gooning actually has to have like a limit of, you having to pleasure yourself. I get you it being like a healthy alternative to just releasing and doing your own thing, but there has to be like a certain amount of times, or there has to be like places where it's acceptable, like your house, your room. Yeah, your house, your room, that's the only places I can say that. But come on, bro, you can't be doing it in public, you can't be doing all those because you're literally making the general public desensitized and disgusted in your behavior. You're actually also ruining yourself because it creates like a little butterfly effect because it's setting like a pillar of dominoes that are, every time you hit the domino, it hits another and another and another and another, and to the point where you yourself don't even realize that, oh, it's I'm too far deep, I need to change. But once you realize that you need to change, it's already too late. And I think that's the problem with people who overindulge with, goonage and also self masturbation and whatever. I think that people can overdo it and don't have like a certain limit that they have to stop and actually take a breather and then realize that they need to stop. But I found like a better alternative for people. Like let's say because quitting like cold turkey is gonna be absolutely difficult because let's be honest, that's very hard. I think that you need to, do it step by step by saying that, okay, in a week, I have to have like a specific day twice a week because I know some people have like a crazy, crazy, crazy addiction problem, but they need to have like a certain period of time where they're like, okay, on this day or on this week, I have to have like 2 days, and those yeah, 2 times I have to pleasure myself. It has to be like in specific days in those weeks. Like you can choose like Monday, Friday, because that's gonna be a healthier way to, make your body feel at ease to the point where you're gonna be like, okay, if I keep doing this, it's gonna be chilling, chilling. Then you start doing it less. You're starting to do it like 1 times a week. Then after every time, and then next time you're gonna be like, okay, let me do once a month, and then you're gonna be like, okay, let me just do it when I want to, not the when I want to urgently, like when I want to, because you have this sense of it's not that deep. I can just do it and it won't affect me. That's the type of, mental clarity that people should have about it. Because I'm not just saying it for like the men, also, I'm also saying it for the female, you know, basis, because also because male gooners are always put on a pedestal to be shamed all the time, not knowing that also female gooners exist and also are gooning at the same rate that males are gooning. But for females, it's not gonna be that much visible because females, I think, because they were, biologically different or something. Not biologically different. It's biologically not that deep for them because us, it's literally we're taking out like a life force. If they are just taking out, pleasure because let me not say pleasure hormones, let me just say dopamine, yes, because theirs is just dopamine, ours is, dopamine and life essence. So the moral of the story is please manage gooning, be careful of your gooning, and don't let gooning take you this far. Peace.